Hey, just wanted to check in with you guys and give you a quick reflection on our time with Andy Carvin. Last week, as you guys probably know, if you followed the EMU blogs hashtag and the ACEMU hashtag, we got to Skype with author Andy Carvin, who's the author of Distant Witness. Overall, it was a really good time to spend with him. We were very lucky to spend time with him. It was very interesting. It was very motivating to like a little success story. He's a really down-to-earth guy. I really didn't think he was going to be so open to answer questions. I actually thought he was going to be more of a stuck-up type guy, just because, he was working for a big company. He was the author of a book. He was just pretty much doing a lot with his life, and I just felt that he would look down on us college students, for not having it all together yet, or, just stuff like that. We also read his book in class, but more about the Skypes. I felt that he was really open. He was really, exciting to talk to. All of his comments and stuff and all of his quotes that were tweeted were really interesting to go back later on and read. I was there, I was at the event, but, later on that day, I found myself, saying, wow, this is really interesting to read about, just going through the tweets and the pictures and stuff that were on Twitter. I thought that was really, really interesting. Moving on to his book and in my chapter in Distant Witness. I was about the Arab Spring revolutions, and it was pretty much just talking about how the al-Assad family had ruled Syria from since 1960. But to give my chapter off, it was really interesting because it was kind of like watching an episode of CSI, but scripted. Like at the beginning, it was something to the nature of, as you walk in, you see a body on the table, and there's a toe tag on it, and just really going into detail. And I was like, wow, this is really like I'm watching CSI or NCIS or something like that. And as as I was reading that chapter, it was just tweets talking about like how he was there and how he witnessed it. And I thought that was a really cool approach because I can't think of any other book that I've read that had live tweets in the book. You could maybe get like an online version or a movie which would show the tweets in it, but none of the books had the actual tweets in the books. And I thought that was a really interesting way to involve social media into his book, and make people notice like, wow, this is really different. But talking about more of my chapter, it was he was Hafez al-Assad was the first president that had his security routinely arrest and torture civilians. And personally, I thought that was really eye-opening because that just shows you how wild things really were over there. And it also talked about that some people that had a live stream during Ramadan, but they tried not to get caught, so they would go offline for hours at a time, and then they would just reappear on their website without any warning at all. So that that was really eye-opening too, because you're seeing these tweets and you're seeing these video streams from live happening, and then you go to show your friend like an hour later, and where's it at? It's gone. So when that happens, you're like, something's really happening here. Something's not right over there. So I really thought that, that little piece of information, that the tweets would be there and the videos would be there, and then they were gone. I just thought that was really interesting. But overall, I really enjoyed my chapter in the book, and I really enjoyed the time with Mr. Carvin. He was really open to talk to people too, like tweeting and, stuff like that. I really liked that. So he was a celebrity, but, he didn't act too much like a celebrity to me, at least in my book. He was a really nice guy. So be sure to follow I Am Trinsimus Maximus, the blog on WordPress.com, and I Am Trinsimus Maximus at Twitter.com.